Hi, welcome to my channel, my tiny tube. I am Standing Turtle, Heyoka, Empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I really hope people understand this is just one aspect of a very broad, much broader picture of who and what I am. You know, I'm a lot of things. All of us are. All of us are so many different things. The thing of it is people got carried away for a while by taking on board other people's definitions of them and their ideas of how they should live their lives, generation after generation. Oh, proud boy. Oh, baby girl. You're gonna do just like I did. I mean, your life is already planned out before they even know your personality. Then they try to put you in this box. And your personality is predetermined. I mean, it says it. Your birth chart, that's pretty much an instruction book, a guide to who you and your spirit and where it's been and where it can go, given its fullest potential. But all that stuff was made to be secret and demonized and belittled. And, well, at the same time, the people that were doing all that down talking were using it to their own advantage, and that's what people are figuring out. This war we see, any war we see, is a battle of each individual that they're fighting with themselves, between their own spirit and their own ego. Any good day, all we can hope for, the best, is that our spirit wins 50% out of that day. And that the 49% of the shadow aspects, the character defects that we all hold, that we all have, that we all use, just because they can. I'm trying to learn not to use my ability to, my words. I can just make people feel really, really bad about themselves just with my words. You know, that whole sticks and stones. Yeah, they do. Words are just as powerful. And you know what? Even the words used, it can just be just as hurtful when people omit words and hold words back and don't say words that they should say, like I was wrong. I did this to you, I was wrong. I've said those words a lot. I really try to modify my behavior because I believe so strongly, magnificently in karma, that whenever I make people feel bad with my words, and it's sometime, you know, maybe it's already happened. Maybe somebody insulted me in the past that hurt my feelings, and that was because of something I did now. You know, who knows? Time is funny. It's not real. People are coming into the notion that time is just all these man-made control-free concepts, all because somebody who was in charge that day was freaking, his wiener was swinging one way instead of the other. You know, think about all of the destruction on the planet because some guy just felt a kind of way. Military conflicts, the death and destruction of people in history, fall after fall of civilization, of people trying to just show people to live from their spirit, and those people are criminalized and made fun of, and you know. But then again, at the same time, you got the people on the other side of it, the control freaks that run the Vatican and stuff, and they got more money than God. You know, I'm pretty sure God recognizes money as a man-made concept that really has no place in his. There's really no spirit on Wall Street at all. I don't remember any book or anything. Maybe I'll Google it. The Spirit of Wall Street. It's an oxymoron, like military intelligence. These things are oxymorons, and people are figuring out what their modus operandi really is. It's not to help people. It's to collect your money and spend it how they see fit. I don't like the governor in the state in which I live as a human being. So anything past that is irrelevant as a human being. She's a lawyer. She's never had kids. I don't know if she even has a dog. So how are you going to freaking have constituents and, like-minded people that if you don't even know what empathy is? If you don't know what it's like to have to care about another human being, because yeah, I seen your husband. I couldn't do it with him either if I were you. No vibers, man. No vibers. They're opportunists. That's why they feel bad, because they never had kids and never had, all the good stuff. So they like to ruin it for everybody else. And that's what they do. I think pretty much people are figuring out this whole imposed spamdemic is pretty much just, we're seeing who the fearful are, who the people that are living in there. That's what I see with this. Oh, you're a fearful person. That's what I see with this. Anybody that tries to tell me that I need to feel guilty because of something that I might do to the detriment of somebody else, that's a power trip. That's a control paradigm. That's a chess maneuver. That is making you the sheep, the pawn. This has been going on 7 months. Poor people just keep getting poor people. They got one check, some people got a check for $1,200, and then the bureaucrats keep paying themselves like $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month. I mean, they don't even know how much they make. They just know that it's just always there and that somebody's going to pay their bills and take care of them. All the while creating more and more people that can't get the help that they need. And then people get so frustrated they just don't bother. And they go live in tents in the streets. But their vote counts, right? Right? People are still pushing that whole election thing. It's all reindeer games, and Santa's not real. Santa Claus is they lie to you about that. Santa's not real. Are people still pushing that? And then get mad at the people for bursting the bubble that you freaking created to begin with your lies? I mean, this whole nation is built on lies. You took it. There were people living here, thriving, prospering, and freaking the colonists came over and took it because they could, and then put my ancestors away, took their land, killed them, raped them, pillaged them. All that man stuff, all that stuff they do in man places. Same thing happens in oil fields. Same place happens in, any place where it's just, production, because boys will just be boys, and men just gotta, it's for morale, and they gotta burn off steam, so, do with the, just bring the women in to entertain them by the busloads, And it's that heart space that this country was built on, and that's what people need to start looking at, because that's where the healing needs to begin. That's the healing. That's the part that needs to be healed. And yeah, they brought boatloads of our brothers and sisters from Africa. They brought them over, and our brothers and sisters that have been migrating from Central and South America for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, all the way up to Canada. It's what people do. Like animals, we're animals. It's all the people that have stopped nature's way. And cooperation is nature's way. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt one day. Cooperation is nature's way. Ainama, your stay. Straight people like rainbows too. Same freak, F-R-E-Q, freak tribe. All these I'm going to have on t-shirts. I've been talking about them for years. It's all about frequency and vibration. And you know what? Every dime that I make, I'll keep 49% for me and my family. And I'll show people how little you need to be happy and joyful in life. That you don't need big mansions. You don't need all that ego stuff. And maybe if I want to go out on the lake I got a buddy that I can borrow their boat. I'll trade you. I'll make you some can of cookies. You know, I mean, you know, and I'll do, and let me, instead of having to go out and buy a boat that I'll use twice a year. It's all that stuff. It's all that spirit of barter. And 51% I'll give my proceeds away. I'll keep 49 for me, because that's my birthday, April 9th, 4/9, the 99th day of the year. See, everybody told me how unspecial I was. So I started looking in the nooks and crannies at the little pieces of, I recognized, well, that person's special. And I'm kind of like them. And then over here, I'm like, well, they're real neat, and I'm like them like this. We like the same song. And I think they're particularly smart and funny, and we got a pair of the same shoes. So I must be like them a little bit. And all that stuff. Just living from my spirit. People made fun of me my whole life. They still do. I don't care. I don't mind. Because every day I still get to laugh. And I still get to be joy. Because I learned how to live in the present. I want to teach other people how to live in the present moment. Because nothing in the past is going to serve you. And you don't know what the future holds. So being excited about that or worried about that will not serve you in this present moment. No, it's only the present that is the true gift. People are coming into that. I can't wait till they cancel fireworks all over, everywhere, every day, for all time. That place is gone. That needs to be laid to rest. That whole ideology for a new way. There's too many sensitives. Us sensitives. There's too many of us sensitives. This is how the earth. This is how the meek is going to inherit the earth. The meek are the sensitives. We have got to create a planet that is for everyone on the spectrum. And all this imposed fear, telling people what they need to be afraid of, telling healthy people they should be afraid, or making healthy people feel bad because they're healthy, because they might pass something on. No, I'm not buying into that today. And I highly recommend that you don't buy that either. And masks, what are they gonna, what are they, just if everybody didn't wear it, what are they gonna do? If everybody didn't, what are they gonna do? We already deemed them unimaginative. We already have deemed them unfit for their positions. Lawyers aren't creative. They are in their own way, in their own craft. But historically speaking, lawyers are known for living in their ego just like doctors are. And in a lot of areas, it's very important because I am so much in my spirit. There at one point I wanted to be a veterinarian, but I could never cut into an animal. I could if it was an emergency, and if I had to, I could freaking tune that stuff out, you know. It'd freaking be taxing on me, and it'd probably take me a week to recover, but I could do it, you know. I could also stitch up my own wound, God forbid, if need be. If, you know, because I always had to. Always had to fix my, you know, and because you don't have medical insurance, you don't go get stitches, you just work around stuff like that. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't ever come to that. Now my train of thought derailed. Where am I at? 14 minutes? Anybody in the talkie room? Holy hey. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Hi, Mel. Aloha, Ahmad. It's just the way my mouth goes. So. Yeah, my money is my merit. No, I get money. I get the whole purpose of money. I get it. I just don't like it. Yeah, that's why I got a whole idea of doing all my barter systems, you know, all my photography, all my it's all gratuity, tip only. Pay me with your tip. You pay me what you think I'm worth. That's what people have already done, and they've undercut me for years, so maybe now they'll start paying me what I'm worth. I mean, it's not like I'm an idiot. It's not like I mean, I go to Walmart and I'm telling the kid to pass this up to their IT department because it will save them a lot of money later, that this is a discrepancy that, and you're going to create a lot of problems. And I told the bank the same way, because now that more and more people are going to order online and more people are concerned about their privacy, I always have my location services turned off. I know how to read a map. I don't need it. I mean, I'll use it and I'll turn my location service when I use, you know, when I need it. But I don't use, it's always off. So, if you order online from Walmart and your location service is turned off, your debit card is tied to the location in which you live. So, if your location service on the app is turned off, hey baby tuck, it'll default to just like a different Walmart uptown, just someplace in Salem, whatever their default setting is. Go on, Papas. Go on, handsome. It's alright, buddy. I'm quickly losing my scene. Go lay down, Tuck. I gotta close the door. Come on. Good boy. Good boy, handsome. On the spot. Go to spot. Ugh. You put your number in 3 times and it defaults it to a zip code that isn't yours. It's going to lock your debit card out. It happened to me. So these are the things that I'm all about. Human-computer interface. I've been all about it my whole life. It's why I almost didn't freaking graduate from high school. It's because you have the ego versus the spirit. You have teachers, you have these people, you have these beings in all of these paradigms, and either they're going to help people or they're going to hinder people. My whole life I saw, okay, these are the rules, and I longed to be a part of things and paradigms that had rules and structures, because then maybe I would have an even advantage to the person next to me. Because when there is a person of authority and they got to determine any sort of placing, it didn't matter. I'm always last because I'm a strong personality and people like to just fucking put me in my place. Because they can. Because outside of that room, it would be a much different story. It would be a much different story. If we didn't have these rules and regulations and it always came down to a conversation, I would always win. Because my mind is that logical that they can't dispute it. The only way they can dispute it is if they come from a heart space of ego, and that money matters more than people. Anybody that says it's just business, ego. Money matters more than people. It's not personal, ego. Money matters more than people. They got it twisted. Spirits matter more than money. Spirits matter more than money and chasing sensations and all of those things that go along with proving that you a big fucking deal when you ain't, bitch. All that stuff. See? Yeah. I don't see people with ego. I don't even see them on my frequency. I don't. They're not on my radar anymore. They're just fluffers. They're just fluff. They're just in the way. Ego beans. Ego beans. There is no is-be in that. Yeah. You know, you got people that do the work, and you got people that freaking sit back and you know, maybe pick up a thing or two from osmosis or something. Maybe they got some sort of clairvoyance. Maybe they got some intel or something like that. And then they, you know, they because they're so small in ego, they just freaking benefit for themselves. It's all about them, just them, and what they can do for themselves. It's all, hey, you know, F the freaking 49%, 51% rule. It's 100% for you all day, every day, making it work for you, cause you, all that shit. Get the fuck out of my face with that and anybody with that. 2020, the year of clear vision. People are figuring out who and what people are, and it's dirty and it's gross, and you're welcome to it. And you know what the funny part about it is every person that's going to have a freaking cognitive dissonance about the disbelief of another human being that they come, you know, I can't believe they did that. Every single one of them at some point you thought there is something not right with them, and you didn't report, you never said anything. Yeah. See, I never in my 46 years have put my hand on another human being out of hate or love without consent. And I think about all of those that have. And this is the karma. They do it time and time again without any consequence. Well, there's universal law, y'all. Universal, y'all. Universal law, y'all. My mouth got flip-flopping. And plus, I was a little worried about Tucker. I wanted him to calm down. I don't want to get too fired up, and then he gets worked up. He's good. There's universal law, and that's why I don't have to get too mad about anything. I don't have to get too... I used to spend first part of my life, I just was enraged all the time about the injustice. How come I can't just be treated... Even in the military, even in the Air Force, I'm like... And then I was there a freaking, you know... I'm like, okay, there's gonna be standards and rules and and it was just to a higher... The bullshit was just at a more exorbitant, higher level. It was just bigger bullshit. That only they figured out a way to swindle the American public on how to pay for their bullshit so they can become billionaires. Look at it. Look at the gazillionaire. They're all kings and queens. They all think they're kings and queens on the chessboard. And look at all us pawns. All of us smart people just like, you know what? I just want to get by. I just want to get by. I just want my little piece of land on a hill where I can take my home base, and I can do my work on my animal furniture, my pet furniture, dog on it. I already got the logo and the tags. Dog on it, all animal tested and approved. Cat trees. I can help people make catios, so their cats can go outside but still stay safe in the enclosure because nature's gonna get closer and stuff like that, into the cities and stuff, given cooperation's nature's way, that opportunity to do that. Fruit trees everywhere. Nobody's hungry ever because there's no governance regulating, oh well, you didn't spray fucking poison on it, so there might be a bug. They could get sick from eating the bug, but not the poison. I mean, all that shit, years and years and years and years and years of this propaganda, this opportunistic fucking swinging dick bullshit. And now the dicks don't get up no more. So now they created Viagra and all these male enhancement drugs. I'm offended. It gets gross, all this. I'm a female and I get, hey, your man can't perform? Give him this. Your man can't perform. Maybe he needs to learn what it is to be a man. And it's not about control and ego and power and cars and sports and how many women you lay with and all that stuff. And men are going to be able to come okay. Hey, men, a lot of men like men. They're going to be okay with that. More so. A lot of people are breaking up right now. A lot of, people changing persuasion. Living lies, not living lies no more. It's a beautiful way to see things, but first the control freaks have to freak out and freaking... You ever see an old drunk man, get tapped into the frequency of the glory days? Just go down to any old VFW you want. You get these ideologies, they're just stuck in that timeline because they never did nothing to make a life better for themselves. They just kind of stopped right there. They just stopped in that best game or something like that. And I keep striving, man. I keep striving, but I know it's not my time. Or it hadn't been. It's getting close. I feel it. I feel the shift. Right now I'm trying to, today it feels like fall. Kat and I were outside. It was spittering, drizzling, a little soggy. There's a delay. Hi, Jody. I like the rocks this morning. I saw the recce, and I think, am I back? I'm closing other windows because I see that I'm bouncing in and out